Disclaimer: this British fanfiction is purely a work of fiction created by a fan for entertainment purposes. This content is not intended to infringe on any copyrights or trademarks. It has been 5 months since your marriage. It was arranged by both your parents for business purposes, as you always wanted to have arranged marriage, so you were okay with it. And when you first saw your marriage partner, you fell in love at first sight. He was totally your type with good looks, well-built body, and cute features, but he was kinda cold. Maybe he was not ready for marriage yet, but as you already gave your heart to him, so you decided to give your best to this relationship too. It is going to be lunchtime soon, so I'm packing my husband's lunch to deliver it to him in his office. By the way, he's one of the well-established businessmen of South Korea. Good afternoon, ma'am, bowed. Other employees greeted you too. Good afternoon. Where is my husband? Ma'am, sir is in his cabin with Mr. Park. Oh, Jimin Oppa is here. Jimin is Jackie's best friend and he treated me as his little sister. Outside of cabin, one point of view, I was about to open the cabin door, but then I heard something which broke my heart into a million pieces. Taehyung, my marriage with Wine was just for business partnership. Wine's father is the shareholder of our company and also a very good friend of my father. That's why they decided to marry us. And you know, I was never interested in marriage as I wanted to focus on my career first, and marriage would have become a burden in my career as I would have to give my time to my wife too. After hearing this, tears started to flow on my cheeks. I wanted to run away from there, but my feet could not move from the shock. However, you built up the courage, wiped your tears, and went back to the receptionist and told her to give the lunch box to JK as you were not feeling well. Then you head home right away. As soon as you reached home, you ran to your room, flopped on bed, and started to cry loudly. Why? Why? Just why? You shouted while crying continuously. I knew that he agreed to this marriage for business purpose only, and I was okay with it. I thought after spending some time together we would eventually get closer and love each other. I tried. I really tried very hard to make him fall in love with me, but he never cared or gave me his time, and I also never asked for anything like that, as I knew how much of a workaholic he is. I understand him very clearly. That's why when he went to business trip on the first night of our marriage, I didn't stop him and just wished him for his success. I never asked for anything, God. So why? Why after all this time I heard him saying that I'm a burden for him, and on top of that, a burden for his career? Sobbed. Why could not he love me even a little bit? Why? After crying for hours, her eyes got puffy as she could not stop sobbing. While stammering, I'm sorry, Cookie. Maybe I was not the kind of your wife you wanted. I knew I didn't deserve you, as you were too good for me. You are capable of everything, and I have no special traits. While wiping tears, you sat on bed and said, okay, if I'm not someone you love, could not love, then I will set you free, so that you can find someone as good as you, someone you truly deserve, and with whom you can make a happy family. Painful smile, because all I want for my love is to be happy, even if it is with me or without me. At the same time, in the office, I was talking to Jimin while someone knocked on the door. I said to come in as I thought it is my wife, as it is almost time for lunch, but so here is the lunch. Mrs. Chan came to deliver it, but she was not feeling well, so she went back after giving it to me. Oh, okay, thank you. Cheeky smiled. Fine is not well. What happened to her? She didn't even tell me anything. I was worried for Wine. Worried for your wife, huh? Teasing. Why don't you just go early today and take care of her? I don't want to go to her now, but we have a really important meeting after lunchtime. But I will go right after finishing the meeting. Check in mind. I hope you're fine, Wine. Prayed. Cheeky point of view. As I entered the house, I thought Wine would greet me warmly, as he always do, but she was not there. I thought she might be in the room taking rest as she was not feeling well, so I went directly to the room and saw her sleeping peacefully. I felt relieved as soon as I saw her angelic face. But wait, was she crying? Her eyes were puffy and dried tears on cheeks. Was she really that sick? I got worried and went near her, sat beside her, and softly removed the hair strands from her cheek and caressed it. Sorry, Ryan. Jackie mind. Sorry for not coming earlier to take care of you. Lovingly gazing at her, then went to bathroom to get freshened up. Fine point of view. I was sleeping while the room door opened. I know it was Cookie, but he came home early today, so I got surprised a little. Then he sat beside me, caressed my cheek, and said sorry to me. I wondered why he said sorry. Was it because he is feeling guilty of not being able to fulfill the husband role or could not being able to make this marriage happening? I felt sorry for him, sad, and decided to talk to him after the dinner. So I got up and went downstairs to prepare dinner, but to my surprise, Chiki was making the dinner. Oh, you woke up, Wine? How are you? Are you feeling fine? I said while removing the apron and walking to her. Wine smiled. Why is he being so caring now? Oh, yes, I'm fine now. Then suddenly flinched when he touched my forehead with one hand and put his another hand on his forehead to check the temperature. Do you have fever? Check. Thank God your temperature seems to be normal. What happened to you then? The employee said you were not feeling well, so you gave the lunchbox to her and returned home. No, nothing serious. I just had slight migraine, I said while getting flustered by his sudden actions. Did you take medicine or should we go to hospital right now? Worried. No, I'm fine now. Nodded. I took rest, so I'm feeling better. Okay then, you must be hungry. Come sit, have dinner. Then you'll feel much better. Warm smile. As they were having dinner together, Jackie's eyes were constantly on Vine's face, cause she was looking gloomy and sad. Jackie noticed that and got worried and decided to ask after dinner. After dinner, he even washed the dishes. I offered to do it, but he refused, saying that I should rest more. I was sitting in the living room when he came and sat beside me. Jackie, Vine said at the same time. Yes, you wanna talk about something? Concerned. Vine took a deep breath, looked into his eyes, and held his hands, making him flinch by the sudden touch. Cookie, I'm sorry. Before he could say anything, Vine started talking in a concerned and guilty tone. Cookie, I know that this marriage was just business for you. You never wanted to marry this early, but because of our parents' friendship and their pressure, you agreed to marry me. Sad smile. And thank you for that, Cook. You know, when I first saw you, I fell in love with you, Cook. Loving eyes. I never felt anything for anyone before I met you, so I was happy to be your bride. Emotional smile. I thought maybe after living together, you might really see me as your wife. Maybe we would make a happy little family together. But but sorry for not considering your wishes, Cook. Sorry for being a burden in your career and in your life. But trust me, Cook, I never ever wanted or intended to be the cause of your discomfort. If I knew this early, I would have set you free more earlier so that you could have your life like you wanted. But it is not late, Cook, wiped tears and smiled. You know what? Let's call our parents tomorrow and resolve everything. We can get a divorce. Before Wine could finish a sentence, Chicky sat you with his finger on your lips, making you flinch. Tears welled up in the corner of my eyes, listening to Ryan, but before she could finish that word, as I did not want to hear further, so I put my finger on her lips. Sure, you're talking too much, looking in her eyes intensely. Now let me speak and clear up all the stupid misunderstandings you're having. Who said that I don't see you as my wife? Who said that you're a burden to me? Who said that I don't love you? And for God's sake, who said you could be a burden for me and my career? I said while looking into her eyes, which were already at the edge of emotional breakdown, but showing courage just so that I can feel at ease. Averted her eyes and said, "Today at your office, I overheard you and Chiminopa's conversation. I'm sorry, I did not intend it to stop. It was just, I was about to open the door, but heard you both talking." I face palmed myself in front of her out of relief and guilt. "Why?" said while cupping her face. "It is indeed just a misunderstanding." Wine blinked her eyes out of confusion. "Yes, and what actually happened was..." Flashback. "Hey bro, have you confessed to Ryan that you have fallen for her?" He smiled while teasing JK. "No, not yet, Young. As you already know that our marriage, the part which Wine heard, my wife, but Wine came to my life as an angel, Young. Without asking for anything, she did everything with a smile. She understood me more than myself. Why could I find a wife like my Ryan? I love her. I want to give her everything she deserves. I will confess to her today for sure. No more waiting for right time," said while smiling. "You are lucky to get Wine as your wife, JK. Cherish my sister, okay? I will Young, for sure." JK knelt in front of her while holding her hands, making Wine surprised by his actions. "I'm sorry for the emotional breakdown you had to go through, because I never told you how I feel about you, Ryan," holding her hand while looking lovingly in her eyes. "Ryan, I love you. I have fallen for you. I don't know when it started, but the only girl I ever fell for is you, my love. I want you in my life for forever. I can't and don't even want to think my life without you. Baby, will you be my wife forever?" My heart started to beat so fast I couldn't believe that the person I love also loves me too, and now confessing to me. Tears of joy started to flow through my eyes, and I instantly hugged him while crying. I, I love you too, Cook. How I wanted to hear this from you. I thought today will be the last day of our marriage. I was scared. I was scared to lose you. Thank you for making my wish come true. Of you falling in love with me. I'm so happy. I love you so much, Cook. No, thank you for coming to my life, my angel. I love you so much, my princess, smiling in tears of joy. They both hugged each other, crying and holding each other tightly, like their life depends on that sweet hug. After a while, they broke the hug and looked into each other's eyes, which was filled with lots of love for each other. Jackie wiped Wine tears with his hands and cupped her face while looking into her eyes lovingly. "Can I?" asking permission to kiss, nodded slowly while blushing. Jackie came closer to Vi and removed the hair strings from Wine's face, making her shiver in shyness. He cupped her face. They placed a loving kiss on her forehead, next kissed her rosy left cheek, then kissed her right cheek gently. This first intimate kinship made Wine's face and ear more red than before. Jackie now placed soft kisses on both eyelids, pouring all his love, which he held back for all this time. Then he kissed her cute little nose and now kissed her right past earlobe, giving wet kisses and sucking on it, making Wine melt on his sweet tortures. Then slowly he placed his thumb on her lips, sending shivers to her whole body, and then placed his soft lips on her rosy, sweet lips. After kissing and sucking on Wine's lips to his heart's content, Jackie tilted his eyelid to make the kiss more deeper. Wine held his head slowly to lower him, while Jackie placed his one hand on her waist to pull Wine closer to him, and from other hand pulled Wine's back of neck. Little by little, the soft kisses became more and more rough, and it became a romantic session due to lack of oxygen. Wine tapped on Jackie's shoulder, then they pulled away while laughing and trying to get enough oxygen. Looking at Wine lovingly, Jackie smiled and pulling her closer, then joined their forehead together and said, "I love you, wifey. I love you too, hubby." Blushing smile. In the end, love is not about never making mistakes, but about finding your way back to each other before it is too late. They chose love not because it was easy, because it was worth waiting. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for future updates. Like if this made your heart flutter and comment your thoughts. I would love to hear from you. Bye bye.